Hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are gonna be talking February favorites and fails. This month kind of crept up on me. I feel like I was just making one of these for January, but that's kind of how this year has gone so far. It's like flying by. My daughter's birthday is in May, and I'm like, that's 2 months away. I need to start planning. It's just crazy. Time is flying. This is actually very skincare heavy. I've been trying a lot of different skincare with a couple of mascaras thrown in here as well. I think we have more fails than favorites this month, which is unusual, but I've been trying a lot of products. Actually, it might be kind of 50-50, but there's quite a bit of fails this month. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting on a positive note, this is a product I've been using only once a week right now, and I feel like it's been making a big difference on my skin texture. And it's the Versed Buff It Out AHA Exfoliating Body Scrub. So this is for dullness, anti-aging, and for breakout. So the AHAs this has in it are glycolic and lactic acid, and those are anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So that's kind of how it helps with the acne. And those are both acids that help draw out moisture, as opposed to like salicylic acid that can be more harsh and drying. So this has 10% AHA, and then it also has a physical exfoliant, a very like finely milled physical exfoliant in it. So it's sort of a chemical physical exfoliant duo. Definitely use with caution and patch test if you have really sensitive skin, but this definitely helps for me, at least with the dry skin, dead skin, and even ingrown hairs for me. I don't use this at all on my face. This is for me like neck down. I think that's how they recommend using it. And you don't want to like go to town, you know, and like really scrub with this. You want to use it like you would just a regular body wash. Gently massage it onto your skin, not scrub it onto your skin. That's where physical exfoliants can be dangerous, is some people I feel like are way too aggressive with them. If you use this like you would a regular body wash and just gently, like I said, massage, I feel like that's the way to use this. I love the packaging. I love that it also has glycerin and sunflower seed oil, so it's also hydrating. But what I love the most about the packaging is, I don't know if this is the first time you guys have seen packaging like this, but it makes so much sense. You know how with most body washes, you screw the cap completely off and then squeeze it out, and then you have to put the cap back on. This is just like a twist top. So now it's open, now it's closed. And you just twist it up. I just find it to be really convenient and innovative. So a really nice thing to incorporate into your body care. I feel like that for me in 2023 is something I'm prioritizing. I was so all about the facial serums and the sunscreens last year. And now I'm like, okay, but what about the rest of my body? Like exfoliants for my body, sunscreen for my body, retinol for my body. Let's take care of the rest of your skin. And this has definitely impressed me. All right, next up, we'll just keep it going from Versed. Next up is the Versed Skin Soak. This is their Rich Moisture Cream. This has squalene and red algae extract. And I really love the texture of this product. Let me show you. It's like a really rich moisturizer. And when you apply it, oh my gosh, it feels amazing. It feels like silk and this like burst of hydration. Do you see that? Like it's just absolutely beautiful. So when I first applied this, I was like, this might be my new favorite PM moisturizer. But when I apply a really thick moisturizer like this, I'm wanting to feel it when I wake up in the morning. Like I do not want my skin to fully soak it in. I want to feel like it's almost a face mask that I slept in, that I have to rinse off, and you can kind of still feel that lotion on your face the next morning. And when I woke up with this on, I've tried it a few times, and when I woke up after using this on my super dry, wintry skin, I woke up as if there wasn't any moisturizer put on my face the night before. I get much better results from like the Roche Posay lotion for extra dry skin that you can use on both your face and your body. I also think that the Naturium one that comes in like the glass jar that looks like this with the green top, I think it's called like their Plant Rich Moisturizer. That one I still feel when I wake up in the morning too. It's not a bad moisturizer, but for what it is, it's called a Skin Soak Rich Moisture Cream. Like I'm expecting hydration to the max. And I feel like this might even actually work for more oily skin types at night. It didn't make a huge difference on my skin that was feeling dry. All right, we're gonna keep it going with the skincare because we have quite a bit. The next product I've been testing is from a brand called CocoKind. You can find this at Target. This is their Ceramide Barrier Serum. It's a nourishing daily serum for barrier support. I've had this for quite a while and I just haven't played around with it because I try and keep my skincare pretty minimal in the evening because I am using the retinol. So I really just feel like I need to be fully cleansing my skin with a balm, a face wash, and then going in with my retinol and a good moisturizer and eye cream. Outside of that, I don't really switch it up all that much, but I had been super curious about this and heard good things, so I wanted to try it. This comes in a dropper style. applicator, and it's like this beautiful milky texture, and it's a very thin serum-like consistency. I have been loving this. This is my favorite product I've tried from CocoKind. This one and the sunscreen, the mineral sunscreen, are both two of my favorite products from CocoKind. And I was thinking about how much I rate about the Avene, the Roche Posay, the really thick pastes to help restore your skin barrier. I personally love the feeling of putting a paste all over my skin. I'm sure you kind of got that from my review of the Versed Rich Moisture. Like, if I don't feel like I'm drowning my skin in it at night, it's not enough for me. So I love that. But I can understand if you have more oily skin, or if you just don't like that feeling, that something more lightweight might be appealing. And I feel like that's exactly what this is. It's a serum form of a ceramide barrier serum. So it really helps restore your skin barrier. The only kind of heads up that I will give about this is that it's called a barrier serum because it does have ceramides and it's supposed to help restore your skin barrier. But something that I feel like is not actively marketed on the product is that it does contain lactic acid. So as much as this might look like something you could pair with a retinol, or you could pair with other kind of actives, I would probably advise against that because it does have lactic acid in it. So this is gonna be nice and hydrating and restorative, but it's also gonna do some light exfoliation. So just keep that in mind. It's something I kind of learned the hard way because I was like, oh, I could pair this with my retinol. And I woke up, I was like, I cannot pair this with my retinol. Once I researched it and learned how to use it, I love it. Highly recommend it. I feel like it's a super hidden gem. All right, next up, I had been wanting to kind of branch out. Whenever I order things from like Stylovana or Yes Style, the sites that carry a lot of K-beauty, I like to look at some of the best sellers, some things on there that look appealing. And this was one of those products. And this is the Super Aqua Max Combination Cream by Nature Republic. This brand, everything about this is new to me, but I loved the packaging and the name Aqua, the packaging, everything reminded me a lot of the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, but this was at a better price point. So I was like, let me give this a try. So it almost even looks like the Neutrogena one, and it feels really nice in consistency, but when I tell you, the fragrance on this it's unbearable. Like, I can handle a little bit of fragrance. I prefer zero in my skincare. I should have looked into that before buying it, but whew, it smells bad. It smells, I mean, it's as strong as if I was holding a bottle of perfume and smelling the bottle of perfume. It's not like a hidden fragrance. It's not just like subtly in there. It smells like this is supposed to be a perfume. As much as I like the price, the consistency, the packaging, the fragrance makes this just a complete deal breaker for me. I've been testing this L'Oreal Revitalift Sunscreen SPF 50 for the last several weeks now. And this is a chemical sunscreen. So just keep that in mind if you have sensitive skin. I prefer mineral sunscreens, but this one has a really, really nice consistency. So this has obviously SPF 50 UVA, UVB protection, but it also has vitamin C and vitamin E as added skincare benefits. I'll show you the consistency of this. It's like a liquid, and it rubs into this really nice, super thin consistency that leaves your skin with a dewy glow. It dries down and it wears really, really well under makeup. I honestly don't have a negative thing to say about this formula. I will use up this sunscreen. I just avoid using it around my eyes and go with a mineral sunscreen around my eyes. However, this is $25.99. And I don't think it's any better than the Neutrogena Serum Sunscreen that's SPF 50. And that one retails for $12.99. I believe also has vitamin E. Not vitamin C, but vitamin E. So if the added vitamin C is like a big thing for you, this one might be worth it. But otherwise, for a very similar texture and consistency, I would go Neutrogena. So this is like a favorite slash fail. Love it, but it's pretty expensive. Next up is a mascara by Well People. This is the Well People Expressionist Lengthening Mascara. It has a very small kind of plasticky wand. And by the description of this, it sounds like a tubing mascara. It has all the key phrases, moves easily with warm water, all of the hints that it might be a tubing mascara. So I was really excited to try this. The way that it went on wasn't my favorite. It actually reminded me a lot of the Milani tubing mascara that kind of goes on super wet and messy. I was like, you know what, I'm still gonna give it a fair shot. But within only a few hours, I wanna say, of wearing it, I had raccoon eye, and by the end of the day, I had smudging and flaking. So I don't even get that bad of smudging with non-tubing mascaras. So this one just completely missed the mark for me, unfortunately. So this one, the tubing one, is the Expressionist lengthening mascara, but the one that I love is the Expressionist Volumizing Mascara. This has that more hourglass shaped wand, which is usually your sign that it's gonna be a volumizing mascara. If you're looking to try a mascara from Well People, definitely go with this one. All right, next up is another SPF that I picked up. This is the Australian Gold Botanical SPF 50 Tinted Face. I have the big version of this, but it's expired. So I picked up this new one, which I believe to be pretty much the same formula, different packaging, maybe a few ingredients changed around, but overall it's supposed to be the same formula. This has been one of my go-to recommendations for people that have more oily skin because it's an extremely matte sunscreen and it also is tinted. I, again, will definitely use this. I like the price point. For the summertime, I can definitely see myself using more of a matte sunscreen. The only things I'll say about this is number one, this shade specifically, this is for fair to light skin tones. This works for me when I don't have a self tan on, and I wouldn't consider myself fair. So I feel like this might be a little bit too dark for people that have truly fair skin. Number one. Number two, I have mixed feelings. I've been doing a lot of research on this topic, so I don't wanna like speak on it because I'm not a dermatologist. It's something I wanna talk to my dermatologist about. But this has titanium dioxide and zinc oxide at 4%. A lot of the ones that I love have a 20+% zinc oxide, and I've seen very mixed messages online and doing my own research on what percentage of zinc oxide to look for. Some people say it needs to be 15% plus, some people say it doesn't matter, it's all about the formulation. So I'm kind of on the fence about that. I'm not saying it's a bad or a good thing, but it's something that I wanted to point out that I think is worth looking into, talking to your dermatologist about if it concerns you. But overall, a great formula. All right, and then last but not least is this new Makeup Revolution 5D Whip Lift. So this one is supposed to be really great for straight lashes, for curling your lashes. It has a huge wand, very, very volumizing, thick formula. I found that the wand picked up so much product. Like if I rub off all of the sides of this wand and just show you how much product I had to wipe off in order to apply it, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. I feel like the way that the bristles are spaced out and the thickness of the formula just doesn't work together. I see potential in the formula, I see potential in the brush, but together it's not a happy marriage. It's not a good union. I did my best to work with this and I liked it, but I'm just not willing to do that every single morning, just rub off an excessive amount of mascara. Now, I don't want to say it's a bad mascara. I just think there are too many great ones on the market to have one that's inconvenient, for lack of a better word. All right, and that is everything. Those are my February favorites and failures. Let me know what you guys have been loving or not loving this month, and I will see you guys in my next video.